Coral, much bigger than in OG, but pretty much all the places are. Rock bottom.
And heed her mournful cries, for she suffers as you do.
This is new.
She too weeps for what she has lost. She knows your pain, your sadness,
Wonder why.
your grief. She knows your anger.
No one should ever have to live
Nice
like
hair.
this. It hurts my soul to see your talents go to waste.
Fortunately, we got a job that's right up here.
So join in her lament.
Is that the Joker? It's a Jehovah's Witness. They fighting. Don't worry, guys. I'll play the piano and then they'll stop fighting. Ooh, Barrett's theme. Seems like an odd place to play piano. Alright, guys, stop fighting. You gotta listen to my jam. They're not listening. They're just gonna fight in the background the whole time I'm playing. This is pretty great. Oh god, the beat of this. Not prepared for that very odd beat. There's also so many more notes being played than what I'm playing, and it's kind of throwing me off. I like how I got all greats except one and it still sounded awful. Like something about the timing, even if you get the great timing, it sounds off. Why am I so good at this? I played a game similar to this competitively for multiple years. Ice Cloud sweating. And no one even noticed because they're fighting. Yeah, I was a professional Parappa the Rapper player.
Curious about this old clavier? I'm Dorian, representative of the Piano Outreach Association. It is my duty to support those who liberate music from the page.
I can't hear you over the yelling.
Performances.
You only need an A rank for the
my humble mission to spread the joy
rewards.
of the piano to every corner of the world. How may I be of service to you? Mellifluous melodies are all the more pleasing when played on the piano. Thank you for sharing such joy with the world. I hope you will enchant us with even more splendid performances in time.
I play for keeps.
That-
You'll see. And when we're through, I'll be keeping all your gil.
Yeah, you're gonna get smashed. It's a level 2 warding materia too. So it still prevents that I had subversion. No, I have enervation. It still prevents subversion, which I think is the one that's death, right? So the self-destruct instant limit mechanic might still be a thing. They may not have removed it. Interesting.
What are you looking at? If you got something to say, then spit it out. Just know that I'm such a badass that even Beck and his bitches couldn't handle me. Kick me out of their stupid little gang. That's right. You're standing face to face with the legendary Biff. You shaking in your boots yet? Huh? Tough guy, huh?
Nice.
Respect.
Yeah, so
But
if it
seems
could
to
still
me
be a
like we
thing.
got no choice but to settle this with a game of Queen's Blood. And if I whoop your ass, you gotta give me 3, no, 7 whole gills.
7. No shot. Alright, we got... When destroyed, raises the power of allied cards. When destroyed, lower the power of allied and enemy cards. When destroyed, add Heat Seeker minion. Wait, this is just a better security officer? Like it's literally the same as security officer? We got Posh Chocobo. When you win the lane, receive a score bonus. He seems pretty good. I just don't know what I would remove. And then we got Ifrit. This is powered by 2 for each other enhanced allied card. So he could go really well with Chocobo. I think he's better than Magic Pot. I might use him instead of Magic Pot. When played, add both Moogle Mage and Moogle Bard, which one of the Moogles I didn't like, but the other one was really good. Also, this guy gives diagonals. So I kind of want him. When played, lower the power of allied enemy cards. Raise the power of allied cards on affected tiles by 4. And he gives a diagonal. Lower the power of allied and enemy cards on affected tiles by 1. He just has a giant... He could be cool. I really want to try making like a blow-up deck. But I don't think I have enough cards for it yet. But I really want to try a deck that just blows up everything. My own cards and their cards. And then it has stuff like Midgard Sormer in it. And all the cards that do stuff when they blow up. But I don't think I have quite enough to make that work yet. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of you. I'm gonna get rid of you. I need to get rid of a 2. I like Zemzalet. I like Zoo, but he tends to be hard to play. Yeah, that's a good point. Because, like, you're not going to play him till late, and then he's not really going to go off. That's why Chocobo Moogle is so good, because it's a 1, so you can play it first and then combo into it. Maybe I have too many 1s. Get rid of a wolf. And... I get rid of Zoo. I don't think I've found a 1 that goes diagonal yet, no. That's what I really want. I'd love a 1 that goes diagonal, but I don't think I've found one yet. It's a pretty good starting hand. I might just keep this. I maybe could have dropped the security officer, actually. Because I already had the Chocobo. Yeah, this is looking like a rush the middle game. Because he didn't play middle. If they don't play middle and you play middle, you win. It's wild. Because now I get the whole board. Like, look at this. What's he gonna do? Granted, unfortunately I don't have... anything to go up. Like, I wish I had another soldier, but... He's gonna take 1... Actually, he didn't even take anything. He's freaking toast. Like, what's he gonna do? I've taken the whole board. Can't do anything. Unless he kills something. He's legit stuck on 1 piece now. And I win. Easy as that. Yeah, if you could just rush the middle, you win. I want to see how good Ifrit is. I do this and then play Ifrit. How many points does he get? Yeah, he's an 11. Yeah, he's gaming. Oh yeah, I still have this spot. But I can't really hit anything with it. I should have played the wolf. Use more points. And I get the 3 points from the Posh Chocobo. Yeah, Ifrit's definitely a better pot.
Oh, how can I lose? Wanna know a secret? Truth is, I bailed from the bandit life because I just couldn't hack it. So I figured I'd turn over a new leaf and become a Queen's Blood player instead, but turns out I'm no good at that neither. You gotta tell me, what's the trick, man? How do I get your kind of skills? What, don't like handing out free advice or something? Only a real cheapskate would charge for that shit, asshole. Well, better hang on to that gill of yours, cause next time we meet, I'ma take 7 off you for sure.
Counterpoint. Ifrit plus pot. See, I didn't want to do that because they're both 3s, and I only ever get like 1 3 off. But you are correct. If pot and Ifrit hit the field at the same time, absolute video gaming would be happening.
Time to rake it in.
Hey, guys. You mind if I pop in for a minute? There's someone I want to see.
Huh?
When I got hurt back in Nibelheim, they brought me to this clinic. The doctor here, Sheeran, he's the one who saved my life.
Oh.
You're telling me Doc Sheeran's the one who fixed you up?
Come on.
So Doc Sheeran is from, well, I think the first time you hear of him is actually in On the Way to a Smile. But I don't remember if he's given that name or not. But I think so. I think On the Way to a Smile is the first time you hear about him. But I think he's also in one of the games I didn't play. Like in First Soldier or something randomly. Because a lot of people recognized him. They showed him in one of the trailers. And a lot of people recognized him. And I know a lot of people did not read On the Way to a Smile. So I was like, he must be in something else. Yeah, On the Way to a Smile, Barrett's story. Maybe they got him for like Ever Crisis or something.
Do not be deceived. You know the truth. Trust in me.
Sephiroth!
The hell's gotten into you, man?
What's going on? Barrett Wallace.
Dr. Sheeran. It's been a while.
Certainly has. That's one frightening looking appendage you got there. But hey, at least you still seem to have your health.
Yeah, and you too.
Oh, I'm feeling the miles, but the work keeps me trucking. I tell you what, though.
Do you remember me?
Well, of course I do, Tifa. It hasn't been that long. You heal up all right?
I did, yeah. I just wanted to drop by and say thank you. If it wasn't for you, I doubt I'd be standing here today.
Don't thank me. Thank Lady Luck and Shinra for that helicopter.
I'm sorry, Shinra?
I know you might find it hard to believe, but not all the apples in that bunch are rotten. But seriously, you're living proof of the good in people. Don't ever forget that. It'd be a pity to let their kindness go to waste.
Yeah.
Besides, you need to set a good example for your friends here. Oh, right. Well, I gotcha. Mind helping me out? Need to draw that gentleman's blood. You think you can hold him still for me?
Gotta love this guy.
At first, I thought it was just Mako poisoning. That is, until I ran some tests. The results were strange.
Strange how?
A substance turned up. One I've never seen before. Not sure what to make of it yet, but it did remind me of one I have seen. Your eyes. Soldier, right?
Ex-soldier.
It's not a job, son. Once a soldier, always a soldier. Huh. Spare a drop?
No.
I ask because I suspect there's soldiers suffering from cellular degradation. Just a theory for now, and one I can't prove, not without a lot more testing.
You see many of these guys come through?
Yeah, and then some. I do what I can for the injured ones, but leave the rest to stumble onto the saucer.
Why would they go there?
Don't ask me. I think it's odd too.
Yeah, now I'm curious. I don't see anything saying, like, specifically it's him, so... Jury might actually be out on whether or not Doc Sheeran is actually in on the way to a smile. It's interesting because he said, that's an interesting appendage you have, which made it sound like he didn't know what it was, but I think perhaps... well, see, the story of On the Way to a Smile, in case you're unaware, is Barrett goes to a doctor and asks him to give him a prosthetic hand. And then, he goes through some stuff and then decides to get a gun arm instead because of his hatred for Shinra and wanting to start Avalanche. Well, restart Avalanche. So, it could be like, it could be a number of things. It could be this doctor gave him his hand, but then later he changed it into a gun, like a different doctor changed it into a gun. It could be that he's just saying, like, wow, that weapon is great. Like, the original weapon he gave him was a lot less crazy than the one he currently has. Or it could be a completely different doctor, and Barrett just knows this guy for a different reason. So, it could be a number of things.
If there's one thing you can
Yeah, but keep in mind, this is remake continuity, so just because something happens somewhere else doesn't necessarily mean it's true here. Could be that he's a reference to that doctor, but not actually that doctor. Could be that he is that doctor. Could be that he's not that doctor.
So,
We don't actually know, because we haven't been told yet.
Saucer, right? As in the amusement park, where every day is a holiday? We're going, right? I mean, we have to.
Yuffie, this isn't a vacation.
Yeah. Weird mumbling guys. Got it. Oh man, this is gonna be so much fun.
Oh god, that's
Found a
popping.
ropeway that'll take us straight there. It's not far. If we're doing this, let's just do it.
Coral region. Okay, it's gonna open up now. So I was right. We get another open section before Gold Saucer, or we can just straight up go to Gold Saucer right now.
Not a day goes by, I don't think.
I was correct.
His old gun's the only thing I've got left.
Figured you'd have moved on by now. Glad you're here in any case. I got a situation. See for yourself.
We have one of your rogued men. If you want him back, it will cost you 1 million gil. Agree to the terms, and we'll take care of the rest.
Let's go and see Mark.
Beats the hell out of me. Guess some fool got it in their head I was making money off my research.
You gonna pay up?
Look at this place. Can barely afford bandages, never mind a ransom. Only option is to save the man myself, or hire the right merc to save him for me. Or the right merc's friend, to be more precise. Who
Yeah, why
better
is
to
the
hunt
poppin'
down
so
a
bad?
criminal than someone who's got a nose for tracking. One finer than any human could ever possess.
Well, I can't argue with you there.
That was easy.
So where do we start?
What you see is what you get. No hidden codes, ciphers, nothing.
I've read 13, smell
You're
it.
the detective.
Well, I'm glad one of us is enjoying this.
Cloud, the letter, if you don't mind. There's a strong scent, but cologne, perhaps?
How about that? Picked up the trail already. Ah, which reminds me. There's a compound in our robed friend's sweat that glows when exposed to this light. Just hope it helps some.
We playing Scooby-Doo?
Follow me, Cloud.
You can
Okay,
actually
so-
smell them?
My olfactory sense is 7,000 times more sensitive than yours. Bodily secretions are as distinct as any perfume. A single sniff of a person's clothing is enough for me to locate them, though there are a number of competing smells through which I must sift.
Huh. What do I smell like?
Like a man who's killed his fair share of fiends, I suppose.
Like blood and shit then.
Not literal shit, no.
Well, I'll be.
Wouldn't recommend going elsewhere.
I never would imagine the day playing the original game that I would hear Red 13 say that line. But here we are. So I actually... Oh god! I actually was just gonna accept that quest and do it later, but I guess we're doing it now.
I'll take care of it. You can do it.
Deal with that.
Inflicting enough damage to by exploiting their elemental weakness pressure them. Inflicting damage during swallow will pressure them for a longer period of time.
Here goes.
Hold up. Try to level this up.
There you go.
Taking over.
Why don't you lead the way? One-stop
So Cloud's
coverage.
dead. Like, he gone forever.
Run like a chocobo. Stab like a tawny bear. Wanna beg for mercy? I think we'll get some fun.
Nothing of value is lost. And then the entirety of Rebirth just continues without Cloud because he got swallowed by a random worm.
Guess I gotta.
Chimera.
Put up a fight. Power of this. I'll show you what I can do.
Too much?
This one's for you. You've got this.
Let's do this.
We're gonna get Aqualung. Aquatic Bazaar. Is that the new name for Aqualung?
I got your number. Let's do this.
Oh my god, disorder. And boom. This dude's still on the ground. Oh, what a block. An exquisite beast spine. Exquisite. Red 13 wants a bone.
Seems to lead straight ahead, but oh, that's not good.
What?
Nothing. Let's continue.
Oh, hello there.
Different scent. He has nothing to do with the kidnapping.
But he cooked and ate him.
Aw, you must be hungry, huh?
Yeah, he's definitely not a
This is
dog.
people food.
For not
Whoa,
for arguing
easy
about
there.
being a dog,
I can spare a bite.
he really is a dog.
See a guy in a black robe come through?
What was that noise?
Now that you mention it, it was his one hooded fella. The chocobo carriage headed toward a cave nearby.
Is this like a Scooby-Doo thing where only our party can understand Red 13? And everyone else just sees a dog?
Though I am a skilled tracker, I have one terrible weakness.
What?
My appetite. With this overpowering aroma of meat in the air, I don't think I'll be able to focus on the kidnapper's scent. I heard that.
Grilled meat is all it takes to throw you off your game?
Cloud, look.
You gotta be close.
Time to put the doctor's light to use.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Got some work to do now.
How you like this? I'm unstoppable. Got you now. Gotcha. Someone need a rest? Ready for a smackdown? Run like a chocobo? Sounds cake.
Alright, Yuffie. That's cool. Just kill them all. Ooh. Still need to finish this one. Grant haste on all party members. Can only be used during vengeance mode and costs 2 ATB. Still worth it. Fred 13 is Scooby, which character is Shaggy? Definitely Barrett.
Once we've found our man, what should we do with his captor?
Well, Sheeran asked us to rescue his patient. He didn't say anything about how we should deal with the kidnapper.
You mean?
We'll figure it out later.
Understood.
Like, what's the plan? I know this isn't where the feet go, but I want to know what's down here. Secrets. Ooh. Hello there.
Piece of cake.
Use your big move. Use your big move. Use your big one. Do the roar. That's not the roar. Do the roar. Do the roar. This guy refuses to do the roar. Alright. Fine.
Don't stop now.
I just realized Yuki doesn't have material. There we go. That's what I wanted. If he went up a level mid-battle.
I'd keep my distance if I were you.
Hey, we finally get to see Bloodbath. And he's dead. Holy. That was cool. I realize now that we had Red 13 for that previous mission, so he has all the materia. You done with this yet? Yeah. I guess I gotta go Twin Viper, which means she's gonna have even less materia. Looks freaking sick, though. This is a cool side quest, by the way. So far, all the side quests have been fun and unique and worth the effort. There seems to be a lot of them. And I'm just talking like the actual green side quests, not the intel stuff. The intel stuff is all really fun too. But talking specifically about the side quests, so far they've all been pretty good. I've only done a few. The, well, I guess the proto relic thing is also an intel thing. Death Claw. I expected these guys to appear once we got to the prison, but here they are.
Can you take over for me?
Too bad.
Basically avoid their attack or get wrecked.
Let's finish this. Now.
Sorry.
Pizza cake. Yeah, the big thing that's good about the ninjutsu is that it gets you elements without needing MP. And there's so many enemies that you need a specific element to pressure. Like 90% of enemies you need a specific element to pressure. So I like how it shows he like tried to open this door and then was like, oh, I can't open it. I finally remembered that multi-use exists. I mean, I only ever used like 2 at a time. I wasn't really needing it until now. This is the first time I felt like I needed it, and then I used it.
Kinda in a rush, so...
Not every action I make is automatically me being an idiot. Contrary to popular belief. Ow. Are you sure? No. Rumble form. Oh, it wasn't a save. I planned it. That's why I was standing right in front of him, waiting for him to use it. Hey, how's it going yet? It's going fantastic. Been pretty much all action today, which is what I was hoping for and expecting. And we just now got back to open world. So I'm excited to do some more intel stuff because it's been a long time. Wait. Oh, Cloud's doing it now? Look at him go. There's a chest over there I missed. Hey guys. Don't know what the point of this is. I'm just chilling. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean, but that is the weirdest description I've ever heard in my life. It's... You laugh at me for forgetting to use it, quote unquote, forgetting to use it. And then your description of it is the most nonsensical description I've ever read in my life. Basically, W item, but it only works outside of combat, isn't a materia, and is borderline infinite uses instead of 2 uses. That is not even close to what it is. It's literally just a menu command to use them quicker. Instead of him throwing the item and then the menu going away, the menu stays up. It's just a quality of life. It's just a menu option. So I guess I have to grab this one. But yes, it is pretty nice to not have to keep going in and out of the menu. In the original, I didn't realize it was a thing for quite a while until the YouTube comments yelled at me. And I was like, oh. Which is why I immediately remembered it was a thing here. Hi, is this game on Switch, please? No, it's not. If the Switch tried to play this, I think it would explode. But maybe one day when we get the Switch 2, it can play this. Probably a butchered port of it, but... Or we get a stream of it. That is also a potential. Cloud version. Haha, cloud. But currently, no. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that Remake ever made it off of just PlayStation because Square and Sony are so close. But timed exclusives are much more common nowadays than full exclusives. And Sony has come out multiple times and said, like, we don't want to keep games off of consoles anymore. Pretty much all the big companies, with the exception of Nintendo, have realized that by putting their game on multiple consoles, they make way more money. Xbox was the first one to be like, you know, hey, if we don't have exclusives and we just put everything on everything, we will make so much money. And then Sony started doing that, and they realized that it actually works. They started with sports games. Specifically, MLB games were like some of the first Sony published games. Sony developed games. Not even just published, but like literally the show is like developed by Sony. And they put it on the Xbox store. So when you buy it on the Xbox store, it literally has Sony branding all over it, even though you're buying it on Xbox. But they realize that if they do that, they make a lot more money than it's worth to make it an exclusive. No one's buying a PlayStation 5 just for MLB The Show. So it's not worth it as an exclusive. So over the years, both Xbox and Sony has realized like timed exclusives are the way to go. And then they make way more money. And it's so much more valuable to them as well because like if Remake comes out, or let's say Rebirth comes out on PlayStation 5, it's going to be great for Sony because a lot of people are going to buy a PS5 for Rebirth, and a lot of people are going to invest in Sony because of how good Rebirth is, right? So it's good for Square and it's good for Sony, but if it stays exclusive to Sony, that's eventually going to taper off, whereas if it's a timed exclusive, they can make their bag on everyone going out and buying PS5s and buying Rebirth, and then they get basically another release when it comes out on Xbox and comes out on PC and comes out on Switch. They get to make their bag again. So it's like they get to release the same game multiple times to different fan bases. And that kind of like hype of the game coming out on another console is basically like another launch of the game. So they've kind of realized that, like, we make so much more money. Yeah, and with the timed exclusive, they get to eat their cake and have it too, where, like, they get to have the benefits of it being exclusive, but then also the benefits of having multiple releases. So, yeah, I would imagine, like, especially now, and like I said, Sony's actually come out and, like, said, like, we don't really want to do, like, full exclusives as much anymore. I think that other than stuff, like, that's really the Sony brand, like Uncharted and Last of Us, other than that, I don't think we're seeing many more exclusives really at all from any of the companies, with the obvious and huge exception of Nintendo, who continues to be the most exclusive company, and I don't really blame them because that's why people buy it. I think they realize that if they were to release a lot of their big stuff on everything, people would stop buying Nintendo consoles because that's the only reason they do. Unfortunately, like with the Switch, a lot of people bought it for the fact that it's a handheld, but other than that, people weren't buying the Wii U because of the Wii U. People were buying the Wii U because it had Mario on it, and even then they weren't buying the Wii U. So yeah, they would be big struggle bus if they ever gave up some of their big brands. They would never give up Mario and Zelda, but even other stuff, even stuff like Pokemon, even stuff like Fire Emblem, like that kind of stuff, if you let that go everywhere, which Fire Emblem a little bit, but yeah, if you let that stuff go everywhere, people are just going to stop buying Nintendo consoles. But Sony, they have really a monopoly on the console market at this point. Doesn't matter where they send their games, people are still buying PlayStations. So they've realized that. And Xbox, they're giving up on Xbox and just going full PC anyway, so it doesn't make sense for them to have stuff only on Xbox. So yeah, the days of exclusives are quickly coming to an end, with the exception of like the very obvious ones like Last of Us and Uncharted.
The kidnappers' camp.
Other than that, like,
so do we wait?
Like this game will 100% come out on probably everything at some point.
Kidnapped us and stuck us in this cave.
They'd be a fool not to. Having said that, yeah, man.
Excuse me? I'm suspicious?
This would definitely,
Who?
The smell. Cloud, it's them.
Shit.
Oh, boo!
Aren't you
Ooh,
a clever little
these characters seem cool.
sniffing out the truth?
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Where is he?
Think we just tell you? We're not your average criminals, kid. In fact, we're the
We're Team
world's
Rocket.
greatest double act.
Ellie, the elusive.
Harry the brash.
They have a pet.
I wonder what your friends would have paid for you. Guess we'll never know.
We have a pet too. He's huge.
Don't know how I did that.
Hang back.
Yeah, I do wonder what this game would look like on Switch. It would have to be streamed, and even then it might be, well, I mean, I guess technically the way streaming works, it doesn't matter how big the game is. It's just going to be how good is the streaming, which streaming is very hit or miss. But.
Don't overdo it.
You won't regret this. No way. Keep up. Want to beg for mercy? Shake things up. Take that loss. Here going down.
Gotcha. attacking Cloud. Attack me.
How about you show coming? Get him! One more shot! Don't worry.
Fine, I'll shoot you with laser beams.
Here it comes! Tagging out!
It's on you.
You're in now! Come on, team!
Watch this.
I'm backing off a bit. One more shot!
Ow, I didn't expect the
good.
second one. Oh! Oh!
You're lucky I'm here to clean up your mess.
Let's go and Roxas.
No sleeping on the job. Here I go. I'm unstoppable. All right, you got this.
All right.
Doesn't stay pressured for very long. You kind of have to have your ATB ready for it.
Need a breather.
You won't regret this.
He also doesn't use his move very often. No. There you go.
Someone need a friend.
You know what? Take this.
Go and wake the beast.
You had to go and wake the beast. Oh my god. That is so cool.
Run like a chocobo. Thank you.
Give us the guy, or you're next.
Ah, shit. Now what?
Now nothing. Dog or no dog, they're never gonna be able to find that dude.
Hey, just for future reference, people talking about their stream is totally okay. Just not linking. Either linking their stream directly in the chat or saying like I'm going to go stream right now. Those are the only two things you need to time out. If people are talking about their stream, that's cool.
Without us. Hear that? Give us the money or we're gonna... What? Hey! We told you to stay put!
I knew we should have tied him up.
What? Old buddy of yours?
Barry, look. The kid's eyes. He's a soldier.
No wonder he wiped the floor with that monster. But time ain't on his side. Even the strongest ones don't stay strong for long. Sooner or later, he'll wind up like all the rest. Another mumbling hooded freak. Stay a while! Sure, you got lots to catch up on!
Suck it, losers!
Let him go. We got our man. Let's take him back to Sheeran.
So remember when I said earlier that like it's interesting that they're going with this discrimination angle, but like I'm wondering where it's going. I think this is where it's going. I think they introduced these two characters so that they can eventually potentially going down bars. They can eventually potentially see the error of their ways. So they're going to start like these guys are going to be the discriminatory guys that are be constantly discriminating against these hooded guys. We're going to have to protect the hooded guys from these two dudes. And then at some point, they're potentially going to see the error of their ways, or we're going to put them in their place, either one. But I think that's where the discriminate, because before it was like, okay, we're trying to hit discrimination, but like, what's the point of it? Are we just saying like discrimination happens, great, move on? Or like, you know, what's the purpose? So I think this is where they're going with it, is these two characters. Which is good. Good to see that they are going somewhere with it.
Glad to see our man still alive. And save for a few scrapes, none the worse for the wear.
Yo, thank you, C Mark. And thank you, Seraphic, as well. And thank you, Joshua. Thank you very, very much, guys.
Believe me, if I knew, I'd tell you. But Shinra keeps a tight lid on everything soldier-related. Only doctors with access to those secrets are the company's own. I certainly don't qualify. If anyone here was gonna have answers, it'd be you, son. Been feeling under the weather?
Not really.
The procedure you boys underwent was cutting edge. So much so, I doubt anyone in the company knew what the long-term effects might be. The more information we have, the better. So, change your mind about that blood sample?
No.
Well, one of these days I'll win you over.
Okay, to be fair, that time it was more important to get the guy back to safety than it was to chase those other dudes. So I can kind of see, but I do feel like our party is constantly letting people get away with things and not really, like, chasing them or anything, you know? They're just like, hey, you, stop doing that bad thing, and they just kind of leave it. That time it made sense, though. But I get what you're saying, I kind of feel the same way. Alright, so I didn't even mean to do that side quest, I just kind of... I wanted to accept it, and then suddenly we were on it, so... What is it about dogs and Queen's blood? Apparently they just...
Oh, don't mind Rolf here. He's just a bit worked
They're the
up
gods
as
of Queen's blood.
Wait, do you play Queen's blood? Rolf gets really excited whenever he senses a skilled player nearby. You may find this hard to believe, but he's the world's only canine competitor, and he's pretty good.
That's not true. Well, maybe it's true. I don't know.
He's saying he wants to go around with you. Well, you game?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's more of just like a video game thing or a movie thing or whatever. Like, it's a trope to let the villain get away a bunch of times. But I will genuinely say the part with Hojo was bad. Like, I think that was genuinely bad story writing. The fact that not only they let Hojo get away, but then directly after that, they, like, highlight it with Aerith literally saying, if I could just get my hands on Hojo, I'd do terrible things to him. Like, why have that? If you know that, if it's already awkward that we let Hojo go away, why then have that line right afterwards, like, showing how weird it was, you know? Like, they're almost highlighting their bad writing by doing that. So that was really weird. That genuinely, I did not like that at all. That was unfortunate. It didn't ruin that whole thing for me. I still think that whole thing with Hojo was good, and I like how they changed it to be a fight instead of just him chilling on the beach. But yeah, that was unfortunate. I wish they had thought about that a bit more. Dang it. I did it again.
Bummer. Rolf says that he...
I can see what you're saying, but I disagree. There was already a panic. Plus, they weren't even in the town. They were on the beach. Well, like, there was already a panic. Like, it was already... at that point, you know? And you didn't even know what Hojo was going to go do. He could have just walked back in town and caused more craziness. Alright, let's go grab an officer. Classic start. You don't think it would make sense for them to fight Hojo right there? Why not? Because he was like... he was, defenseless. And no one else from Shinra was around to, like, stop us. I feel like that was the perfect time to take him out. Or, I mean, you don't have to, like, literally kill the man. but capture him, stop him from doing other terrible things. He just tried to kill like everyone on the beach. Like if we're heroes, we should be like stopping the man who's killing people. And then we also have a personal grudge with them as well. It was kind of hard because it was like there was craziness all over, so it was hard to tell exactly what was going on in the scene, but also this dog did the cardinal sin of not playing the middle, so I win. Ooh, good play. Good play. I may not automatically win. Oh, I wish I had a diagonal. I feel like I gotta play here, but I don't really have a diagonal for it. It's a plot convenience, which is fine. I'm just the bigger annoyance is the fact that they highlight it after the fact as well. Like, okay, the way that a normal video game or movie or whatever would do it is the party would successfully defeat the thing, and then the villain would just run away or walk out, and the party would just not pursue. But the way they did it was like Cloud started to pursue, and then Aerith was like, no, don't do it. And then 2 seconds later, she's like, if I could just get my hand on that Hojo guy. You know, so it made no sense. And then on top of that, like, they could have explained it differently. They could have had a helicopter come by and Hojo jumps in before we can get him or something. They could have done it in a way that made sense. They chose not to. They chose to have Cloud be like, I'm gonna, and then Aerith stop him, even though that makes no sense. So that's the issue, is that there was a bunch of other ways they could have done it that would have made a ton more sense. They chose to do it in a way that narratively doesn't make any sense in the scene directly afterwards. So that's the issue. It's not the issue of him getting away. Obviously he's gonna get away. It's Hojo. We can't defeat him yet. That makes sense, you know. But the way they did it wasn't a good way to do it. I think we'll do this and see what he plays. Him taking the middle really sucks. Oh god, we lost a horrible, disgusting loss. Doggo destroyed us. He had a really good timing on that middle play. There's nothing I could do. I should have skipped to try to get Ifrit, but even then I think I still lose. I just got Rolfed. Yeah, they could be trying to tell some implication of like, oh, Cloud can't catch Hojo yet or else it screws up the timeline, yada yada. But again, then Aerith shouldn't say anything about it afterwards. But yes, that could be a potential explanation. And you know, if you were gonna do something like that, where like Aerith is doing it to preserve the timeline, then there should be a moment where Cloud's like, hey, why'd you do that? Or, you know, unless they really want to keep it secret. Yeah, I mean, it's really, like, what she said afterwards still makes no sense then. I guess we'll try to hit the middle again, see what happens. Yeah, and the story they're saying right now is that she's forgotten stuff, so that wouldn't make sense either. Although we don't really know the full extent of it yet, but that seems to be what's going on. Okay, now there's no way he takes all these. Now we can do this. And we've successfully taken over the board. I honestly wanna like fill my entire deck with these cards, the, you know, one block around cards. Because if you could just take the middle with those cards, it gets really difficult for them to play the game. The AI is definitely getting small. Oh, that was a terrible idea. Oh, but I don't have anything to take advantage of it. Oh wait, yes I do. Wait. Yes I do. Cool. Yeah, if the AI doesn't play middle and you can just have a bunch of spread cards. Okay, what does this guy do? Raise the power. Lower the power. I could blast that guy. Boom. (39-0). I think that's a record. Did I just put the heat in Ifrit? Oh wow, Cockatrice just blows up something in front of it. Just straight up kills whatever's in front of it.
Someone's a sore loser, but you gotta admit, he's pretty good, right? Amazing even. Rolf is actually scheduled to make his television debut. They're doing a special on animals who can play Queen's Blood. And once
what other animals can play it?
Finally kiss this town goodbye.
You said he's the only dog. What other animals are playing Queen's Blood? Chickens? Do we got Chocobo Queen's Blood players? Nice soup. Red 13 does. Who else? They're doing a whole television special. It must be more than just Red 13 who just learned how to play and that dog. We must be having some Chocobo players. Some goblins. Some cats? Do we have a cat player? Holy crap, that's a gun.
Like he's still here with me.
Fluffy? Can Fluffy play? Isn't there one other player? Or am I crazy? Maybe he's in a spot we haven't gotten to yet. You're crazy even if there's another one. I'm not sure how to check, like, Queen's Blood stuff. It doesn't show up in here. Oh, it says up there 2 out of 2. So should have every Queen's Blood player so far. Alright, I want to go back out into the world. But before we do that, now's probably a good time to break. Then we'll go do some open world stuff. We'll fight Alexander again. And then whenever we beat Alexander, we will move on to Gold Saucer. So exciting.